professional treatments that you can do at home and that I actually recommend you don't do in a spa or salon. Yes, as a medical esthetician who recently walked through Target and was horrified, I got to thinking about some of the treatments and tools that you actually get better results and more for your money if you were to just buy the device and do it yourself. Now, this, of course, goes against a lot of what I say. If you are not a trained medical professional, a licensed esthetician, or someone with experience in skincare and skin health, DIY stuff can be really, really dangerous. But there are some instances where things get a little changed up. And especially when salon treatments and office visits can be so expensive, there are some things that are really good at home that are comparable, if not worth the money to do yourself instead of getting it done. So how did this all start? Well, I was walking through Target and I was horrified. Target has this beauty section and I was looking for the Starface patches because they're always sold out. And right across from the Starface patches was this wall of gadgets. And you know me, loving gadgets, being professionally trained in them, I was like, oh, let me see what I can get my hands on. And we're talking microdermabrasion, we are talking microneedling, things that can cause infection and skin damage and worsening of scarring and pigmentation. I was flabbergasted, and I am still flabbergasted that some of these things are even legal to be sold over the counter. We are talking infection protocol. We are talking people having the ability to scar and damage their skin. And yes, I understand that like professional cutlery knife sets are also available at Target and other retailers, and you can vastly hurt yourself with those, and gardening equipment too. But holy shit, to actively promote someone microneedle their own skin at home without even knowing the basics of sanitation and infection control and wound care, holy kittens playing violins with fudge fiddlesticks. Bullshit. I walked out of that store very upset with a bunch of snacks. And that's when I got to thinking about all of the things that we do professionally in office and the many times that I've actually recommended people try some of these treatments at home because it can serve them better. And let's start with LED light therapy, because this is a big one. If you were to get LED light therapy as an addition to a facial, it might cost an extra $20 to $50. And depending on the base cost of the facial, that could be $80 to $180. Now, what does LED do? Well, it depends on the wavelength, aka the color of the light, but LED has been shown to help with wound healing, help with collagen formation, help to decrease inflammation, and the blue LED has even been said to help with acne. Now, this has been medically shown, and if you go into the office, those big panels that you see at the derm clinic, those can be like $8,000 to $16,000. I kid you not. And for a long time, I was very apprehensive to a lot of these at-home devices, and I still am of some of them, because a lot of them don't have the right wavelength or the right power to actually penetrate into the skin. But when it comes to red LED, specifically around that 650 nanometer range, red LED actually penetrates the deepest into skin, and for at-home use, there are some really good products that actually show a lot of promising results. And it was Dr. Lee that actually made me do this, which I am still testing. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross face mask. It's like $450, and I wasn't going to do it, but I got it on sale at the Sephora sale, and I thought to myself, okay, this is like 4 or 5 facials, and to see professional results with an LED light, you normally have to go in 4, 6, 8 to 10 times to actually start to see those results. So if you're paying that much to go in, why not just try something in the comfort of your own home? It's gonna cost you less overall as long as you don't chuck it across the room and break it. This one is the most expensive, but I have been using this since 2021. This is the Dermabeam face mask, and one thing I always look for are these little rounded beads on the inside of these LED products. If you have the LED products that are just flat and they don't disperse the light, it usually doesn't have the power or the ability to penetrate the skin where it needs to go. And again, depending on what color you're using, you need to make sure that it's at the right wavelength and that it does have the right power to get into the skin, but red is usually the easiest to do. This is relatively inexpensive compared to the Dr. Dennis Gross one, and this also has the eye protection, which yes, is very, very important. I tend to like products that are large so that they actually, help the surface of the skin. And we want to make sure that our eyeballs are protected. And if you're getting something that doesn't come with eye protection, good luck. This one is super spiffy, and this one actually has multiple lights. Again, I like the red one, and I can actually wear this and see out of it whilst I am doing other things, such as laundry or, filming a YouTube video. This one is much less expensive than the Dr. Dennis Gross. I love that it has different options, and overall this is a relatively good one that I can kind of wear out and about, or, while I'm listening to a podcast, or even watching a Dr. Dre video. Now, very understandably, these are hard to take if you are someone who is on the go or starting to travel to or from work or holiday post-COVID, right? So, not long ago, we reacted to Debbie Ryan and some celebrities depuffing their face, and One of them used this Solar Wave doohickey. So you know what I did? Of course, I went on Amazon and I bought one. This I was skeptical of, specifically because I hate the Foreo device. It's like you have this tiny little ring set and it's like that's not even benefiting the skin. Like you're not getting any power out of that. The Foreo one is just overpriced trash in my opinion. But this one I saw, it kind of has this LED strip. It does, project out and it is red light. Well, it's also very to-go friendly. I charge it with the same little doohickey that I charge my USB battery packs with, and it only activates when you put it to your face. It's actually quite nice. Now, I am still testing this. I love it for on the go, and I do love that other doctors and derms have recommended it. And actually, do you remember this? So I still have this burn on my chest, like an open flesh wound. And while I've been traveling, I've actually been using it on this, and it actually works quite nicely. This has been healing up phenomenally, by the way. I'm literally using an eye cream on it. This is an eye cream with marine algae, so it's very healing, and it's also got squalane, so it's nice and protective to the skin. And I was literally putting this and this, boom, right on here, and then just keeping it protected from the sun. And so far, it's only been like a week and a half, and this is healing up really, really, really well. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't scar, you know what I mean? But this fits in my suitcase or my purse. It's like the size of a pen. And on top of that, it's very portable and very friendly. So while I don't think it's, the same as something like this, if you are on the go, Debbie Ryan likes it, celebrities like it, I'm gonna try it. And they do seem to have science to back it up. Now, some of the reviews on Amazon were phenomenal and stellar, saying that it works as well as some in-clinic treatments. Others were saying that it stopped working after a while. Mine has not. I got the black one, but they have other colors too. The color doesn't matter because it's not going to translate to your face. The color of the LED is what actually matters. But I have been liking it. And when it comes to at home versus in clinic, it's very hard to hurt yourself with LED lights. Like make sure that you cover your eyes if you have, diabetes or glaucoma, or, if you have a history of seizures and epilepsy, then maybe you wouldn't want to do this. But it's very hard to hurt yourself at home with LEDs. Unlike the microneedling open flesh wound skin infection debacle. Speaking of other treatments that I do recommend at home and not in office are microcurrent. And let me just say, I have gotten in trouble with quite a few estheticians for this because certain medi spas and certain luxury spas make a lot of money by upselling on microcurrent. And a lot of medi spas, especially the fancy ones in Las Vegas, you know what they use? A mother new face. And they use the big ones, and I have here the mini one, and then I also have this one from Medicube, which is basically this microcurrent device, and this is way more powerful than what you can get in America. This is gonna make your face twitch. Like, this is intense. This is what I use for like my shoulders and my neck. I have one of the tightest sternocleidomastoids and platysmas in the history of humans, as well as my trapezius. I hold a lot of stress in my neck and my shoulders. And this one actually has this gripping action that feels so good. And then it shoots microcurrents of electricity into your face. Very similar to the New Face, only the New Face doesn't grip. Now, what is microcurrent and why do estheticians recommend it and why do I recommend that you do it at home? Well, microcurrent is basically shooting microcurrents of electricity into the skin. Think of it as plumping up the muscles in your skin and in your face just the way you would at a gym. When you lift weights to build muscle, you're basically getting blood circulation and different nutrients to those muscles. And when you stimulate the muscles, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're having a lot of blood flow, nutrients, and even hydration go to that area. Now, when people say, oh, well, I work out my face, I just do face yoga. Think about it, you're kind of wrinkling your face. What is a wrinkle? Wrinkles are repetitive movements that kind of crease, just the way if you have a piece of paper and you fold it over, open it, fold it, and open it, you can try to smooth it all you want, but it's gonna have a crease. That's a wrinkle. So people who are doing this face yoga and like, crunching up their face like this, you're basically causing wrinkles, which go for it. But most people are doing face yoga or microcurrent because they want a lifted look without the wrinkles, right? I don't know. I could be totally wrong. You tell me, what are you looking for? What do you want? Probably don't have it, but I can try. This stimulates the muscles under the skin, causing them to contract, giving you that lifted look without the facial wrinkles. And here's where it comes down to the pro versus at home. In order to see results with a microcurrent, you'll see them immediately for about 4 to 6 hours, but then they start to fade. And if you really want long-lasting results from microcurrent, again, just like the LED, you should be doing it 6, 12, 20 times. Specifically with microcurrent, it's like going to the gym. You don't want to go every single day for like 5 hours, but if you do a little bit of exercise every single day, and you have to keep it up long term, right? And that's essentially what microcurrent is. So all these people who come in for the microcurrent, yes, it's great like before a wedding day or a big event, it depuffs, helps with lymphatic drainage, kind of tightens and lifts, but it's not going to be permanent. And if you want those lasting results, you have to do it regularly. And that's why, if you're going to pay $80 to $120 to $150 for a facial, literally buy the NuFace Mini. The NuFace Mini works just as good as the big one, you know, for the same price as 2 facials, or the Medicube for the same price. This one has an added bonus because it comes with a massager. This feels so freaking good, and this shocks you like no others. This is my shocky device. That's why I normally use this on my neck, as well as like my shoulders and even my arms. Oh, I keep it next to my desk while I'm working during the day to help with the stress, and then I keep it next to my bed at night so I can do this before I go to bed, and it feels so good. And this, I don't use it every single day anymore, but this is what I use in the morning. And again, the Mini is just as good as the regular one. Now, the NuFace brand, and then some people online claim that this like stimulates ATP, adenosine triphosphate in skin. It can help with collagen formation and growth. I don't know about all that. Charlotte did a really good article talking about her before and after experience, and it worked for her, which is kind of why I decided to try it in the first place. But I've been using the NuFace since before the pandemic, and it has not steered me wrong. So this is the gentle version with multiple little settings, and then this one is if you want a shocky, or if you have like really tough muscles and you're looking for a massage. But just because of the way these work and the way they work better over time, you need to use them regularly to see results, just the way you need to exercise a little bit every single day, you know, to have optimal health. So why would you pay for this in a salon when you could literally get it at home? You could go the first or second time just to kind of learn how to do it, but like this is the same device that they use in the pro places. Come on, come on. And then this last one, I also have gotten a little bit of flack on TikTok for. It's so funny because YouTube and Instagram don't care, but TikTok is like, Cassandra, why would you recommend dermaplaning? It is terrible for your face. Well, dermaplaning can cause some people to break out, but dermaplaning is actually wonderful to do, especially if you're looking for exfoliation and to get rid of peach fuzz, aka that vellus hair. I've been dermaplaning for over 5 years, and I originally did like a video talking about how my skin changed when I started doing it. I'm actually quite the hairy beast right now. But when you think of our skin and hairs, we have these hairs that grow down here and they protrude out the top. When we are shaving these off, along with, you know, some of those top layers of dead skin cells, it's a mild way to exfoliate and refresh the skin. Now, I agree that if you nick the skin and if you know, have an infection or something, that's obviously very dangerous, but dermaplaning is basically like female face shaving. It doesn't take rocket science. Someone can go to a barber shop to get their face shaved, or most men usually just shave their faces every single morning. And if men can shave their beards, why can't I shave the hairs on my chinny chin chin and on the little vellus ones that, you know, my makeup sticks to on the days that I decide to wear it? This Versed Dermaplaner has been my absolute favorite. I used to use the, the Dermaflash, but that was like 150 bucks, and like the replacement blades bothered me. This just works so well. You still want to make sure that your face is clean. You know, you go at a 45-degree angle, but this just gets that peach fuzz off so nicely, and it makes my skin so baby smooth. But I actually find that, you know, products like with niacinamide that tend to pill up on me, they pill up less when my face is freshly dermaplaned. I absolutely love this, and one of the reasons I recommend it at home instead of in an office is because, are you gonna go to an aesthetic office like twice a month to get your face dermaplaned? Why? When you could learn to do it properly at first, and then it's just like face shaving. Just when you're shaving your legs or next to your partner who's maybe shaving their face, just shave your face at home. This one as well, it comes with 3 blades. It's $20, which is much less expensive. You can get it at Target. I absolutely love this. And just like with any blade, obviously don't nick the skin. Make sure your skin is clean. If you are acne prone, be aware that when removing those hairs, you're removing one of the channels that oil can escape from. So for me, I actually have like an entire dermaplaning routine, and I use like a face mask for anti-blemish to make sure that I'm not gonna break out. But I have found that that works excellently for me. And as your acne big sister on the internet who is trying to help people understand and embrace their skin and save money, I cannot consciously recommend that you spend tons of money going to a medi spa or to a luxury spa to get your peach fuzz removed. Like, as a medical esthetician who literally makes money by people booking these types of treatments in clinics, it's just better to do it home if you are someone who will keep up with it. And yes, doing it at a spa or a salon is a great way to like test it out and see if it's something that you like and if it works for you. But when it comes to the price of maintenance, why not learn to do it yourself, and then you can, you know, dermaplane every couple of days whenever you get a little stubble growing. Now, although these are things that I do recommend at home, there are other things that you must leave to the professionals. We are talking about advanced chemical peels. We are talking about microneedling. We are talking about things that you can really fuck up your face with. Not to mention that stupid hyaluron pen. Please do not inject things into yourself with a product built for medication, delivery, and diabetes. Like, hyaluron pen, no. Let's leave the Botox and the filler to the trained injectors and not go filling our faces with like, who the f knows what, okay? And also, if someone's offering you a BBL in a hotel room, don't do it. Just don't do it, okay? I am going to go press this and some eye cream on my open flesh wound, and I will let you know how it goes. If there is a treatment that you have a question about, leave it in the comments. Rumor has it that she responds to the comments within the first couple of hours of the video going live. And always remember to reapply your SPF, because none of these gidgets and gizmos galore. Gizmos and gadgets galore. Because none of these gizmos and gadgets galore are going to matter at all if you're not protecting your skin from the sun. SPF is your BFF. Stay hydrated and always be beautiful both inside and out. I love you guys, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.